This segment is sponsored by Velocity Clinical Research. With 80 sites around the world and over 1 million patients in its database, Velocity Clinical Research recruits patients to clinical studies, which is a vital part of drug development.
And here today to explain how more people can get involved and contribute to medical research are Dr. Shashir Khaitan and Elisa Priscille from Velocity Clinical Research. Welcome to Great Day Washington. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Sure. I know you're both from the community. Can you tell us a little bit about your medical background and also your role at the clinic?
Sure. So I've been working in Rockville, Maryland as a primary care doctor for the last 18 years, serving the community. We see patients from Montgomery County, PG County, Washington, D.C., and even north.
Okay, yeah. And Elisa, what is your role at the...
So I'm a clinical research coordinator at the Rockville, Maryland location, and I'm primarily responsible for coordinating patient care visits and making sure the procedures that we're doing follow the study protocol.
Okay.
Sure.
And so let's start with CMV. What is CMV? How does somebody get it? Who does it affect?
Okay, so CMV is the cytomegalovirus. It's a common pathogen for respiratory illness, just like the cold, flu, that sort of thing. It most commonly occurs in kids less than 5 years old or anywhere there's overcrowding, daycare centers, schools, that sort of thing. And what's fascinating is half of us would have had some exposure to CMV by the time we're 40 years old. But luckily, most of us don't ever get any symptoms from it. We remain asymptomatic. However, when a pregnant woman gets CMV, they can pass it on to their fetus. And this can result in miscarriages, development delays, and even hearing loss.
Oh, wow. And so for the clinical study, who are you recruiting for the study for CMV?
Yeah, so for CMV, we're recruiting women who are ages 16 to 40 and who typically have a consistent contact with a child 5 years and under. And by consistent, we're looking for anywhere about 8 hours a week or more.
For somebody that hasn't been a part of a trial, or it's just what happens? Like, what can they expect?
Yeah, so what will happen is you'll come onto the site and we'll go through the informed consent process where we explain the study in detail. You'll have the opportunity to ask questions and we'll address any concerns you might have. If you decide to participate, we'll go through the screening process. We'll ask about your medical history, medications, just to make sure that you qualify for the study. And at that point, if you do, we'll proceed with the rest of the visit, and that could vary study by study, but for CMV, there's going to be a vaccination and a blood draw, and then you'd have to stay at the site for observation, and then following that is a follow-up period where we would follow you, and you come to the site for extra blood draws, and then we would call you to get health updates.
So they're getting medical care throughout the course of the clinical trial.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about hyperlipidemia. Tell us what that is for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah, so hyperlipidemia is a fancy way of saying high cholesterol. We all know that high cholesterol increases the chances of having heart attacks and strokes. And you may be thinking there's already so many medications out there for high cholesterol. We all have heard about the statins.
Right.
But unfortunately for some people, they can't tolerate the statins. They develop what we call myalgias or muscle aches. So they can take a small dose or they can't take any dose at all. And everyone has a sort of target for their cholesterol. Some people, even if they take the statin at the maximum dose, they can't get their LDL or bad cholesterol to that level. So there have been newer classes of medications that have been developed over time. One of these is the PCSK9 inhibitors, and what's available currently is the injectable form of this. So in this trial, what we're looking for is we're looking and studying an oral version of this medicine. So now it's oral rather than an injection.
Right.
And it's available in the trial, which means you don't have to pay for it. So you're not having to rely on the insurance company having to foot the bill for it.
I do have a question. So if someone's thinking, well, I might get the placebo, why would I want to be part of the trial? How do you explain that to them?
So think about this. Even if you're on a placebo in this trial, you're still staying on your same medications, but you're getting more frequent visits with a board-certified physician, highly trained clinical staff. You're getting frequent tests, so maybe looking at your cholesterol, EKGs, other diagnostic tests that may be useful in helping to get to a better health. And sometimes in these protocols, you also get nutrition counseling as well, so that's a bonus.
Well, thank you both for this information, just learning about the trials that are out there that I'm sure many of us didn't know, and the great work you guys do. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And if you want to get involved and contribute to pioneering medical research that could help improve lives, just go to velocityclinical.com or you can call 240-698 2800.